you're gonna get got. Hello everybody, this is Chase Oliver 60 and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for the WWE Raw All Star show. Basically the Raw saying, we're going to only promote video games and we don't really care about this Raw. Actually, it wasn't that bad of a Raw. I'll get into it, but first, this Raw review is brought to you by a toothpick. Just in case you get something stuck in your teeth. Nothing wrong with that, right? But anyways, enough with the toothpick, enough with the bliss text. Let's get on to Monday Night Raw. So Monday Night Raw starts with, really? Yeah, The Miz comes out, basically The Miz. He's explained that Alex Riley has one more test. He has one more test before he is awesome like The Miz. Before he is going to be graduating from The Miz's Academy. I don't know. Miz was just basically saying Alex Riley has one more test. But it can't be a Monday Night Raw hosted by Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? Until Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. What? So Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. You know the deal. Bam, bam, bam. So Stone Cold basically tells Miz that Alex Riley is going to be a bigger star than The Miz. That The Miz is yada, yada, yada. And that The Miz is a coward because he talks a big game, but he doesn't really back it up. The Miz, you know, he is saying he can back it up. And so then Stone Cold grabs his tie and basically says, you know what this is going to lead to? This is going to lead to a Piper's Pit between you and Alex Riley later tonight. What? Give me a damn bear. So Austin basically says that. But as The Miz is leaving, he tells Miz to leave and don't do anything stupid. Miz leaves and then all of a sudden, we get Alberto Del Rio. And then Del Rio. If you've seen one Del Rio promo, you've mostly seen them all. He comes out and basically says, Austin, you're looking at greatness right now. This is greatness. I am Alberto Del Rio. You must look at the greatness that is Alberto Del Rio. And also, it's my destiny. So, Austin, how about you face me in this ring? And then Austin says, hell no, I'm not going to face you in this ring. Man, I just want beer. Keystone Light aren't doing it for me. Shit. So, Alberto Del Rio and Stone Cold Steve Austin, basically Stone Cold Steve Austin says, you know what, I got a better opponent for you. He's a guy that you pissed off not too long ago. Here he is. Kane comes out, so obviously Kane, former partner of The Big Show, or current partner of The Big Show, however you like to put it, going to face Alberto Del Rio. I actually did kind of enjoy this opening segment. I think Miz and Austin work pretty well together when it comes to, you know, mic work. Miz and Austin actually did entertain me when it came to that. I just thought it was random for Del Rio to come out, but I guess it was neat to set up this match. So then we get into Kane versus Del Rio, and it wasn't actually that bad of a match. Had a nice little fast pace to it. Alberto Del Rio and Kane seemed to really click in the ring. It was, in my opinion, I saw a good click between Alberto Del Rio and Kane. They were hitting their own spots. The ending came when Alberto Del Rio hit his cross arm breaker. Kane got to the ropes. Alberto Del Rio did not want to let go. And then Del Rio was all like, oh yeah, I'm going to win the match. Oliva, I'm going to break the arm. And then all of a sudden, well, it's the Big Show. Big Show runs as fast as he can. Comes out to Del Rio, starts, I don't know, he's wearing one MMA glove for some freaking reason. It was stupid. Starts pounding on Del Rio. And then Ricardo Rodriguez thinks he's useful. Jumps on the Big Show's back. Big Show throws him up and is like, little boy, you really think you can stand up to me? Boom, boom, beats the living crap out of Ricardo, and then Kane has to like separate them for some reason. Kane's like, Show, stop, Show, you gotta stop doing this. And so yeah, and if it doesn't get any better, we get a promo that for one night only, Randy Orton is coming back to Monday Night Raw. Yay. Yay. But anyways, we come back from commercial, and we see Wade Barrett, we see Cody Rhodes, we see Ted DiBiase, we hear Ezekiel's music in the background, which screams automatically, these three aren't winning the match. And Daniel Bryan did get his music in, so which means he's not going to do much in the match. Ezekiel has music in the background, so he's obviously doing something. But who entered the ring? None other than Sin Cara. So which means Sin Cara is going to get the pin. Simple fucking logic. But before I continue with that, I forgot to mention that there is going to be a match between Alberto Del Rio and Big Show. Stone Cold Steve Austin announced that. So we're going to see that. But back to this debacle. We all know the whole point of Wade Barrett and Ezekiel going at it. It's going to be for the Intercontinental title at Capital Punishment between those two. But Sin Cara and Daniel Bryan, like, if you saw the tag match on SmackDown between Sin Cara and Daniel Bryan, just add Zeke and Wade to this equation, and that's what you basically get. And Wade loses to a crossbody? Are you serious? You couldn't do like a flippy flip moonsault with Sin Cara? You know, I dig the Sin Cara person and all, but really, you couldn't have Wade lose in a more better fashion? Whatever, it is what it is. Happens. But anyways, we move on from that. We go to another commercial. Oh no. Yeah, we do go to another commercial. Then we get our favorite little leprechaun in the ring. Hornswoggle. Basically, he's shooting his freaking t-shirts again. But it's okay, because the truth shall set you free. Shall set you free. Our troop comes out, talks about the little Jimmies, the little Jennies, asks Hornswoggle if he wants to play. Hornswoggle's an idiot and says yes. Our troop gives the lady shit of Hornswoggle. Then someone goes, "Hey, our troop, why don't you mess with someone your own size? What? Mess with someone your own size?" And basically he reviews that John Morrison is back on Raw. Frankly, I don't like that. You ruined the whole surprise for Capital Punishment, and that's not something I like. It just feels like something that's rushed. You could have brought him back at Capital Punishment and it'd be more of a surprise, but instead you decide to bring him back now. So whatever, it is what it is. John Morrison's announced, and they announced R-Truth versus John Morrison for later on tonight. Like I said, why not bring back the surprise? Instead, you have R-Truth and John Morrison booked for tonight, and it's like, you could have waited for this. So basically, go to a commercial, and we see Santino in the ring, and Sheamus in the ring. So, you don't know who's going to win this match, because there's no logic in it. And Sheamus actually almost loses to the fucking... Are you serious? But Sheamus, to note one thing, he did pull out a new finisher. He did the Texas Cloverleaf. At the end of this match, he hit him with the Brogue kick. And then used the Texas Cloverleaf. And Santino tapped out. So, I guess Sheamus is going to add a new gimmick to it. He added a new submission.
No one would take the crazy girl.
No one would take it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my mom. She decided to interrupt me during my review. But it's okay. The crazier stuff could happen. So anyways, my mom just told me something random. She gave me something in my hand that is not going to be shown on the TV screen. It's not important. But anyways, let me continue on. So after that, we get Sheamus basically almost jobbing. We have Randy Orton being shown, and we all know what that's going to mean. Woo! Randy Orton promo. Oh, so excited for that, right? Randy Orton comes out, and this poor little kid, he's like, Randy, I want your autograph, Randy. Randy Orton's like, I don't hear no little kids. I hear voices in my heads. And so basically, ignores the little kid, messes with the mic, and says, I love live TV. So Randy Orton basically cuts a promo on Christian, how he wants to kick his ass. At first he's like, Christian, I don't want to RKO you or punch you in the head. Actually, Christian, I do want to RKO you or punch you in the head. It is much better that way. Okay, Randy, that made sense, I guess. But anyways, more Randy Orton talk. Christian appears on the screen. Christian basically says, Randy Orton, you've been spoon-fed for all your life. I worked my ass off. I clawed. I go my way to the top. So how about we do this? We ask these loyal fans. We do what SmackDown does. And ask the fans if they want to see Randy Orton versus Christian. Basically, the fans, cheer a lot. And then Christian's like, I'm not going to listen to you guys. Orton basically calls Christian a second man to Edge. And then that kind of takes Christian off. And it leads to a whole brawl. But all of a sudden, security comes out. Why is security coming out right now? And then all of a sudden, wait. We have a Raw GM tonight in Stone Cold. But why is the anonymous GM even showing up? And basically what he does is he says, Randy, we all know after getting hit in the head with the title 2 times, you've suffered a concussion. So which means anyone who is even excited or remotely excited to see you wrestle tonight, we don't get to see that. So this segment probably got high ratings just because people knew you were on this. And we decided to fuck people over and not give you a match. I mean, I'm not the biggest Randy Orton fan, but I would expect people wanting to see a Randy Orton match. I mean, a live crowd would probably be digging a Randy Orton match right now. So, I really don't know what was the point of that, but they basically just said Randy Orton has a concussion, and that Christian, you're not done for the night, you have Rey Mysterio to fight. Okay, Rey Mysterio and Christian, I'm down with that, they can put on a good match. During commercial, we come back, and then afterwards, we have Christian, we have Rey entering the ring, and they announce that it's Rey versus Punk at Capital Punishment. This is fucking stupid. Quoting Randy Orton there, yes, that's fucking stupid. Why is there Rey versus Punk? I don't know. Once I get into my Capital Punishment predictions, you will see how badly booked the show is, but nonetheless, we got another okay match here. This wasn't the best Christian match or the best Rey match. It was kind of just to make a point where they don't want to make Rey look weak, and you don't want Christian to look too weak, but you don't want to make Christian too strong. It was just something, I don't know, I would have just given Christian the win. Instead, Rey got the DQ win. Christian did a beatdown, yada yada yada. Let's move on to something more relevant, I guess. Well, that's enough with the SmackDown tonight. But anyways, we go on to Piper's Pit. Miz and Alex Riley basically are talking. And then Miz is basically calling Roddy Piper, that he's a nobody, I'm the WWE champion, and that he's better than Piper. And then Alex Riley goes, well, Miz, if you're better than Roddy Piper, then why don't you guys have a match right now? So that way, we can decide, and it's for $5,000. Then Stone Cold goes, well, that's a great idea. He pops on the Titantron. In fact, let's make it so Alex Riley's a special guest referee. Alex Riley's special guest referee, and we all know what happened there. Miz loses to Roddy Piper, and it sets up Alex Riley versus Miz more, yada yada yada, next. So, we were going to get R-Truth, well, before that, we had a segment with Dolph Ziggler, and Stone Cold's on the phone, he's like, what do you mean you can't come to the show tonight, blah, 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 blah. And Vicky's like, excuse me, and Stone Cold's like, get the fuck away, bitch, and she's like, excuse me, and then Stone Cold basically is all like, Ziggler, you need to grow a set, drop Vicky Guerrero, and I'll give you a US title shot. Dolph Ziggler's like, yes, and then Vicky's all freaking out, so I guess Dolph is not going to work with Vicky anymore. I don't know how that's going to happen, I don't know what's going to work out with that, but all we know is that Dolph is going to be single again, I guess. Single in the wrestling term, he's not going to have a manager. I guess this works out for Vicky because Vicky can focus on Tyson Kidd if you guys don't follow Superstars. She's working with Tyson Kidd. So, yeah. Jesus, this Raw review is going long. Hopefully it's not too long for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying it. But anyways, we got R-Truth versus John Morrison. R-Truth comes out, and then John Morrison music hits like 2 times, and then nothing's happening. And then R-Truth's like, alright, I guess I gotta go on an adventure. And so R-Truth goes on his adventure, yada yada yada, and then he finds John Morrison beating him down. He's like, I found the little Jimmy. Little Jimmy beat the little Johnny. And basically he grabs like a cart, throws it in R-Truth's head. I mean, John Morrison's face, so John's on the ground, and it looked pretty vicious, that spot. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, when I first saw it myself. John Morrison basically got out. No R-Truth, John Morrison. I liked that, but I wish they just brought him back at Capital Punishment. That's just me. I would have just brought him back at Capital Punishment. Whatever, it's not me. I'm not booking this shit. And then for whatever fucking reason, the next tag match we have, Dolph Ziggler has a promo music, like, you know what Kofi had last week, a video package? Yeah, a video package. Well, okay, so he must be winning tonight, right? Well, we'll find out. It was a tag team match, Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler against It doesn't take a guy with a brain to figure this out. Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. This tag match was okay. Nothing too special. Dolph Ziggler basically looks like crap. Loses to Kofi and Evan Bourne. Faces win. So you made a video package for Dolph Ziggler that looks like it should have been on WWE Experience. But you don't use it right. You don't decide to push Dolph. And yeah. Dumb, stupid, whatever. At least Dolph is getting a United States title shot. People are going to bitch about him saying, oh, we always see Ziggler and Kofi. It's boring. It's overplayed. Yeah, it may be boring and overplayed. But really, it's a good match that we probably will get on the Capital Punishment card next. So CM Punk and Stone Cold, they have a backstage segment. Stone Cold basically asks CM Punk, you want some burr? And Punk goes, what? Burr? What? Burr? What? Whisker? What? Shots? What? Like, they just do that. And CM Punk says, you'll see, you'll watch, the master plan will happen. Okay, cool. Punk basically threatens Stone Cold, I guess. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, and Andy was there. And Andy was celebrating. And then Punk just looks at him and says, how many of your friends are also getting hired? I thought that was pretty funny. And then Stone Cold's like, Andy, just leave. Jesus, contacts suck. I hate wearing my contacts. I hope to take them out soon enough. But anyways, enough about me bitching about my contacts. It's a conspiracy, these contacts. But we move on. We finally get Stone Cold's big announcement. And Stone Cold basically announced that there's a 3-hour Raw, beats up the Raw computer. And 3-hour Raw is a viewer's choice Raw. Gee, we get to choose between great choices between like a debate, a tables match, or a pig rubbing belly contest. You know, where you rub a pig's belly. That's cool. Or we get a dance-off, a thumb wrestling match, or a Hell in a Cell. You know, that's cool. I like those. Fucking viewer choice Raws. They suck. They give you two shitty options and they give you good ones. They're like a terrible Taboo Tuesday / Cyber Sunday. I miss those pay-per-views. Bring them back right now, Vince. Main event time. John Cena versus CM Punk. Very decent match. Very good, actually. I would actually say this was a very good and enjoyable main event. I enjoyed it. I was watching it. Pretty cool. R-Truth comes out. He's like, oh, I gotta find myself some little Jimmys. There's one little Jimmy. There's another little Jimmy. And then obvious plant little Jimmy looks at the hat and says, little Jimmy, I'll give you a sip of this water if you get me that hat. What do you say, little Jimmy? And little Jimmy kind of just looks at him. R-Truth takes the hat. And CM Punk, GTS on Cena. 1, 2, 3. No way. CM Punk better beat John Cena. So CM Punk goes over John Cena. R-Truth comes in the ring. The Water of Doom. Bam! Throws water on Cena. As Cena's getting up. Taunts with the title. Hits his pay dirt finisher, whatever that finisher is called. End of Raw. So I look at Raw, 3 hours long. What are my thoughts? I thought it was pretty entertaining. You know, the matches, they weren't like top quality notch matches, but there's enough matches on there to keep me entertained. There were some segments that really entertained me, that really caught my eye, you know, if you guys catch what I'm saying. So I really was entertained by this Monday Night's Raw. Like, I did really think it was a good show. It wasn't like an A show. It wasn't like a B+. I would give it a B, a solid B. I thought it was entertaining. They announced the matchup for Capital Punishment, and we know what's probably going to go on for there. So, yeah. So, tell me up above what you guys like about this Raw review. Subscribe above if you haven't. Comment down below or like or dislike this video based on the views. I hope I kept this entertaining. This is a special, you know, however many minute Raw review, because Raw was a special 3-hour review, and this was an all-star review. Brother, so hope you like this review, dude. And Hulkamania is gonna run wild on you soon enough.